Question number 8, again one we went over in class, but go over it here one more time. And so they're telling you that a company is making machines and the cost is given by this and the income is given by this function, and show the company's profit is equal to this. And again, this term show that is something you need to remember. It is, here's the answer. You need to show us how we get that answer. And how do you calculate profit? Well, the amount of money you earn minus the amount that it costs. So we can start off by saying P of X equals the income minus the cost. You don't necessarily have to show me that, but what I should see right away is that you have this, and here is the important thing. You are subtracting the function of the cost, so put that in brackets because that is going to make a difference. 150x minus nothing, so I have 150x minus 0.6x squared minus positive 0.4, so that minus positive, you can think that makes that positive or negative if you want to think about it. Let me actually write in this step, minus 0.6x squared minus 0.4x squared. That's the tricky part. That's where people are going to make a mistake, because then we just have the minus 2,600. So these two negatives will be minus 1. And as you know, we don't have to write that one, so I just have minus x squared minus 2,600. And does it look like this? Almost. We're just going to rearrange. Hey, sorry about that. And there you see, you have shown that P of X equals negative x squared plus 150x minus 2,600, which is the answer they already gave you. Okay, so moving on to part B. And part B, the maximum profit occurs at the vertex. So how many machines? And so we know that the axis of symmetry is where that vertex is, and so x equals negative b over 2a is where the vertex is. And how many machines? Well, machines are x. So this is why this formula is working for us. We will find out x, the number of machines that make a maximum, because that happens on the axis of symmetry. So I just need to calculate that it's negative 150 over 2 times negative 1. Negative 150 over negative 2 equals 75. So they have to produce 75 machines to make the maximum profit. There's part A and B. Now let's look at C and D. Now to answer questions C and D. And it says if the company wants to maximize its profit, what is the selling price of each machine? And so we know that the maximized profit is when we sold 75 machines. And so how are we going to get that maximum profit? I have to go back to the income. It needs to figure out how much income it will make with those 75 machines. So we actually are going to say that the income of 75 is 150 and bringing our calculator to do that. So what that tells us is our income for those 75 machines will be 78,075. That's when it has its maximum profit. That's the amount of income that's bringing in, how much they earned. But that's for the 75 machines, so we need to find out for the cost of one, because they said selling price of each. We want 7,075 divided by 75. And that tells us that our cost per machine is $105. Okay. Excuse me. And now letter D. Given that P is equal to x minus 20, 130 minus x. Find the smallest number of machines the company must sell to make a positive profit. And basically what they did is this equation is our original equation factorized. So I'm just going to slide over here, that being C, that being D. When these are zeros, they are, here's what I know, at x equals 20, it's 0, and at x equals 130, it's 0, and because my graph was a negative, it must look something like that, which means what's the smallest number of machines the company must sell to make a profit? Well, this is a graph of the profit. So as soon as they hit 20, they're now in positive profit. Below 20 machines, they're losing money. So for D, I can simply say when x equals 20. And there is question number 8.